was it saying we have a problem? Hey, Mount Hood territory, we are live today on Wednesday, doing something a little different and something that's probably really near and dear to my heart. We're at Things from Another World in downtown Milwaukee, where they've got just about everything geek, and my little heart is just exploding with joy. I'm joined by Martin and Sean. They run things here. Guys, thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming out.
So, for somebody who doesn't know what Things from Another World is, just give us a quick rundown. Whoever wants to jump in on that, feel free. What is Things from Another World?
Okay, so Things from Another World is essentially a comic book store, but we cater to geekdom in general. So, and what I mean by that is, like, you know, though we obviously love comics, we also love toys, games, collectibles, you name it. I mean, if it's related to pop culture or nerddom, we pretty much try to carry it.
So yes, I have found my heaven. So as you said, you guys have more than just comics, although a huge selection of comics.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm seeing a ton of collectibles and toys that I don't see anywhere else. I mean, you guys have an amazing selection.
Well, you know, honestly, that stems from this. Martin and I, as well as our staff at, you know, all of our stores, we collect. So if we think it's cool, we're most likely going to order it and carry it because we're going to talk about it with, you know, with you all.
So is it one for you, one for the store, one for me, one for the store, one for me?
I mean, one of the greatest things that we get out of this is like pushing the stuff we love on other people and just watching them go crazy about it. You know, half the time we push it on them so that we don't end up spending all of our money. But
collecting through osmosis. You
exactly.
know,
Yeah, and it's great to see people's inner geek come out in the area.
So what I mean, there's a lot of stuff right now, and that's one of the things that I've enjoyed watching is that geek culture has become so mainstream, and for the most part it's good. There's a couple things they've screwed up, but what is the biggest franchise right now? I mean, I've got my guesses, but I'm going to think, you know, Star Wars is probably kind of leading the pack.
Star Wars has always been big. I mean, you still have your top, you know, what people say, publishers or whatever, but like Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image is big right now. But honestly, there's so many publishers out there, and there's so much material that, like, we pride ourselves in, like, just catering to everybody and anybody and just, like, push out everything that we possibly can.
Much like, I mean, yeah, like today is New Comic Book Day. Every Wednesday is New Comic Book Day, and there's always new Marvel and DC books. But then there's like smaller publishers, like
the Spencer and Locke book.
That's why I'm just gonna go grab that real quick.
Oh yeah, go grab that.
Examples, cool.
Examples. Like, there's a lot of times what we also try to let people know too is that yes, comic books still represents a lot of superheroes and stuff, but the things that you would find in comic books now would really surprise you. A lot of people still don't know that Walking Dead started as a comic book.
Yeah.
You know, but like I'm reading a comic book right now about the history of Japan. There's a comic book about the Civil Rights Movement, or like, and that's all the kind of stuff that we like make sure we put on our shelves too, because comics really are for everybody, and that's why we're here.
They help bring some important stuff to a different audience that may not otherwise have been exposed to that, like you said, the history of Japan, or the civil rights issues that have actually put it to a whole new audience.
Exactly. Yeah. And actually, they're teaching this stuff at all of our schools in Oregon. So, I mean, graphic novels are on the curriculum.
Yeah, Clackamas Community.
Where the hell is my guidance counselor on that one?
Right.
What the heck?
Yeah, Clackamas Community College, PSU, and PCC, I know for sure all have comic book based classes, either about history or the art graphic discussion or like graphic design, or even just how to write comics.
Now, you guys have been around for what, 20 years?
More than
more than 20 years. Okay, so I mean, we've got a lot of history here in downtown Milwaukee. And I mean, it kind of goes to saying, I mean, Milwaukee is where Dark Horse started as well, which is one of the major publishers out there with some really awesome titles. But you've seen, and it kind of been at the center of a whole resurgence here in downtown Milwaukee. So as you're saying, it's part of a whole, you know, come here and see some of the other stuff. So kind of talk about, you know, people can kind of get the whole experience here in downtown Milwaukee.
So one of the big things that we participate in is, starting in May, is First Friday. And that starts May 5th. And it runs from
to November, I think.
Yeah, to November. We usually have some. We try to have some comics for kids to bring in. We do participate in the scavenger hunt, so we'll sometimes have like coloring pages and
it's a whole neighborhood thing. And honestly, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm just excited.
You're both so excited all this cool stuff.
I'm excited about this too because, like, you know, as of now, like, we have the Max line here now, so people are really coming to downtown Milwaukee because, like, the scavenger hunt, like you said, brings everybody out because, you know, we're a spot for that, but like Cha 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 does like dance lessons that night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a chocolate place down the street that just hands out. I mean, who doesn't like free chocolate or something like that? But like the whole
chocolate,
neighborhood,
comic books,
lights
toys.
up.
I'm sold. I'm just gonna stay
You know,
here.
and even when it's not First Friday, like there's really a sense of community here. Like everybody that owns a business here sends their customers here, and we do likewise. But you can literally start there and just have a blast all the way through.
See, it's awesome stuff for you to do when you visit Mount Hood territory. Check out downtown Milwaukee, First Fridays. And actually, just after First Friday, you guys have a really cool event coming up that I'm excited about too. Talk about free comic book
Go
day.
for it, Martin.
All right, so free comic every year it's a once a year event. It's always the first Friday of May. This year it falls first Saturday of May. It's May 6th this year. It's free comic book day. Now, what that means is all the publishers put out 1 or 2, sometimes 3 or 4 comics that we bring in. And you can come in and just pick them up to read. We're trying to expose people to comics and comic culture, so we invite people to just come in, and you can pick up to 10 of these titles, and it's the most in the area in all of Portland that we allow people to take. On top of that, we also have signers. And here at the Milwaukee location, this is kind of the first time we're announcing this.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
breaking news, folks. Here an exclusive. I love it.
All
This is what happens on Facebook Live Mount Hood territory. I love it.
So, here at the Milwaukee store, we are going to have Kurt Busiek, who has written some amazing series such as Astro City and a really beautiful story called Marvel's Eye of the Camera and Autumn Lands. The artist for Autumn Lands, Ben Dewey, is also going to be here at the same time, and that's going to be from 11 to 1. And Jeff Parker, who has worked on, right now his current is called Future Quest.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Which is a combination of characters from Hanna-Barbera.
Oh,
so
wow.
it has like humanoids and Johnny Quest and Space Ghost.
Wow, okay.
All kind of like
it's like
teaming
flashing
up.
back to my
Birdman,
childhood.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then from 1 to 3, we're going to have Keith Tucker, who has worked on every cartoon basically that we remember growing up.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's a legendary cartoonist. And like one of the things I love that he does now is he always draws like new versions of Pinky and the Brain because that's one of his.
Oh,
and the Animaniacs.
Yeah. Animaniacs.
I got my kids on that show just recently.
Oh yeah,
it's on Netflix now. Yeah, they're
He's
obsessed as I
going to
was.
be here, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then
So cool.
another local artist named Kaylee Stanton, who's a local artist we're going to have. But not only at this location, but at our other locations also, we're going to have. At our Portland store, we're going to have Brian Michael Bendis, probably the biggest name in Marvel right now.
Yeah. David
Walker, another huge
Writer.
name. And David Marquez, who's the artist on a ton of Brian's books. And then also at our Beaverton location, we're going to have Brian Chirula, artist, Steve Lieber, and Josh Williamson, who
he's writing a good chunk of DC comics right now.
The 2 big ones right now are The Flash and Justice League versus Suicide Squad.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a lot of big names coming out.
A lot of big names.
So again, that's Saturday, May 6th.
We're going to open up at 9 a.m. at all locations.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, once a year thing, definitely bring your kids because like a lot of the titles are geared towards them as well, and that's something we like to push as well, which is why we have like an all ages section because that's important too.
Yeah.
Like we have to have the stuff for the adults and for us, but we got to get the kids in here reading too.
Yeah. So. No, it's an important thing is bring up the next generation of fans.
That's right.
But I mean, we keep talking about some of the other stuff. You've got some cool things pulled aside. You want to show me that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some action figures and stuff that you can only get here, and I'm amazed at some of the selection because there's some amazing things, but also just how incredible stuff has gotten these days.
Well, let's start with this. We at this location are big fans of these products here. Now this is Hot Toys by Sideshow Collectibles. As you can see, now it looks like it's just a statue, but this is a fully functional figure with real clothing.
This dude has better mobility than I do.
Right?
But as you can see, like they make a lot of different characters, like so that you got Falcon here and Winter Soldier.
And the amazing part is they're 1/6 scale.
Okay.
So basically 6 of these, that's how tall they are. So when it comes to like when you get the Hulk, which we'll show you in a second,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just like all the Star Wars ones and the Terminator, Indiana Jones,
and Captain Phasma, carrying Finn. That's just awesome.
But again, like I said, the amazing stuff about this is that not only are they fully posable and they have the real clothing, but they come with extra hands, sometimes extra feet. Some of them are detailed enough that their eyeballs move.
Oh my God, you're kidding!
No,
yeah,
dead serious.
yeah.
As long as they're not doing it on their own and following.
No,
that
would
gets
be weird.
That gets to like the land of Stephen King.
Yeah. But here's what Martin was talking about.
Check out this Iron Man here. I mean, the fingers all have individual joints.
And he lights up. Yeah, I mean, I mean, Hulk is huge. Yeah. It's massive.
We've even got actually Stan Lee sitting up there on the Hulk.
That's awesome.
Back. So, but that's
Hulk,
one of our favorite
ride.
things, and honestly, we're probably one of the only retailers that actually carry these. I mean, they have an online presence and all that, but we like to make sure we have them physically for you to play with and touch, and then buy, of course. But
all right, so if somebody's going to come in from out of town, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Somebody's coming in, they're saying, "What's your favorite thing? Show me your favorite thing in the store right now. What is each of yours?"
I'll go get mine.
Okay.
See, he already knows.
Yeah, he's got it. And that's again, these guys aren't just running a store; they are true fans themselves. So that's how you get that authentic love for what's going on here.
Honestly, I'll be my favorite thing would have to be a section of the store. It wouldn't be one piece, and it'd be like our import toy collection back there. So, like, there's companies like SH Figure Arts and Figma. That's the Japanese toy companies. Their figures are, little 5-inch things, but again, they're detailed to the point where, like, this Zelda Link figure has 3 extra faces, a bunch of extra hands. It's fully posable. It has, like, so many accessories. It even comes with power effects. So I like the detail, the stuff they put in there. So, like, the robots and the anime figures, I'm all into that, so. And that's what gets my money.
And
I'm not surprised.
This is my favorite thing in the store right
now. What do we got here? I mean, obviously there's many more from Power Rangers, but...
This is the Legacy Power Rangers helmet. We only have a couple of these in the shop right now. But the cool part is, it opens up, and you can actually put it on.
You can put that on. He's going to put it on.
If he starts waving around, I'm going to get out of the way.
Wait till the sword comes in. That's going to be a real problem.
And again, I mean, this is probably, flying off the shelves right now because of the movie coming out. And that's getting rebooted. Everything old is new again.
Plus, the Power Rangers franchise itself has just...
It actually has had a lot of staying power.
Exactly. Look at this. You can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
This is home.
Yeah, I was going to say breathing, hopefully.
Martin actually has a very...
It has really nice venting holes, so it doesn't fog up.
Okay.
Yeah. And you
Martin
probably can't
has a
even hear
really
me.
big Power Rangers collection, so I'm not surprised that that's his favorite thing.
All right, well, I'm going to show my favorite thing then since we're doing that, and just because sometimes my family watches. So, folks, anybody wants to give me a present, this is here, Things from Another World. It's only $89. I think I'm worth it. So if you see this and you want to give me a gift, that's right there. But tell everybody how to find you guys here at the Milwaukee store. Give directions, website addresses, social media, all that stuff.
Sure. I'll let him handle social media, but we're only a few blocks away from the Orange Line. At the end of the Orange Line.
So convenient too.
We're at 10977 Southeast Main Street, right across from the Dark Horse Publishing headquarters, to be honest. So
can't ask for a better
really
location for a comic shop.
Right.
Do they just like pull it off and then like drop it here? I mean,
pretty
hot
much.
off the press.
And if you don't see that, look for the giant spaceship up top, and you can't miss us.
Like the comic book version of farm to table dinners, just right off the press and right here.
Yeah, just right off of 99 on the block, downtown Milwaukee. You can find us online at tfaw.com. You can find us also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. At this store specifically will be at Milwaukee TFAW, TFAW, and that's, if you don't know how to spell Milwaukee, because I got it confused a couple of times, Milwaukie.
A little bit different than the one in Wisconsin. That's actually how they got the city name.
Right.
All right, guys, check this out. May 6th is the Free Comic Book Day. May 5th on Friday is the first Friday of the year in downtown Milwaukee, where you can check out Things from Another World, all kinds of other awesome, great retailers and stores and shops and restaurants, all awesome stuff here. Great things going on in downtown Milwaukee. Apparently you remembered something else.
Yes, I can't believe it. That also kicks off the Sunday market.
Oh, right.
Every
That's
Sunday,
right,
and it's huge. Fresh veggies, fresh fruit, all sorts of knickknacks. I'd check that out too.
Yeah, that is an awesome thing to check out too. All kinds of great stuff happening here in downtown Milwaukee. One great store in Mount Hood territory. Guys, thanks for having us. I am like a kid in the candy shop. This is awesome.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks, guys.
You guys join us next week at Mount Hood Territory Live, where we'll be at the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival in Woodburn, checking out all kinds of awesome flowers. Thanks for joining us. Come Out Hood Territory Live. We'll see you next week.